Hi, my name is Lauren. I'm an education specialist at the Charlotte Museum of History, and I am so excited to bring you another one of our Museum from Home programs. And this time, I actually get to go to someone else's spot here. I'm actually standing in the Backcountry Peddler, which is this amazing store in downtown Salisbury, and I'm standing here with the owner. So, Janet, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you so much for coming to Salisbury to meet with me and to do this video.
All right, so obviously I'm here because we're a huge fan of this shop. In fact, a number of our volunteers and a number of people that we work with at the museum, including our employees, actually get some of our reproductions here. And I get asked all the time, where do we get things to help us kind of take the 18th century back into our own lives and to start learning?
This is flax. Looks like a bunch of sticks, doesn't it? But it's the material that is used to make the cloth we call linen. So how do these sticks become this cloth? Well, this is the beginning. I like to say that flax is a plant with a secret. And the secret is that inside what looks like a dry stick, there's a fiber that looks like hair. And the trick is to break away the dry stick-like part and get to that hair-like fiber that's inside. Can you see that? The fiber is as long as the stick. And it's a tough fiber. Flax has to be one of the toughest fibers on earth to take what I'm about to do to it. The first thing, after the flax is planted and it has grown for a season, it's harvested by pulling up the entire plant. The roots are not much. The roots don't go deep. So rather than cutting it, we just pull up the entire plant. The next thing is that the flax must be retted. It starts with an R instead of a W. R-E-T-T-E-D, retted. And that means that you get it wet, either by putting it in the creek for a week or two, or by laying it on the wet grass and letting the dew have at it for several weeks. And what that does is it begins to rot the outside, which is what you want to take off. And then after it's retted and then dried again, you go to the Flax Break. This is my Flax Break. It's a little hand-operated machine, you might say. And I take a handful of flax, put it here, and hit it with the top part of the Flax Break. Do you see a difference? It's beginning to break off the hard part and expose the fibers. Now I better get the other end where my hand was. I'll turn it around. That's gone a long way to getting the hard stick part out of my flax fiber. But it's got a ways to go. I'm not ready to make anything out of this yet, am I? So the next thing we do is called a scutch. Now what I have here is not a proper scutch. It's an improvised scutch, but it's just a board. We hold the flax over the board and we beat it with a stick, literally. Seeing a difference in you. Let's turn it around and get the other end. Okay, there's some progress, but you know it's not finished yet. There's still too much little stick-like trashy stuff in it. A good combing is what it needs. It's kind of tangled too. So what I do as a way of combing it is I take it to the Heckle. This is a Heckle. It's pretty sharp. It's basically iron nailed up to a board. But it acts like a comb, and I'm going to run the flax through the nails to get it combed out. How's that? There's the other half where my hand was. And there we are. I've gotten almost all the trash out of it. And I have long fibers that look very much like hair. So I've gone a ways from this to this. And at this point, it's ready to be spun into thread. And we do that on a spinning wheel. And here I have some flax that's been spun on the spinning wheel into thread. But that's the story of how these sticks become this kind of cloth.